I'm proud that I make my mom proud. Someone asked me the other day what I do for a living, and I literally said make my mom proud, so. Cam Hart, Baltimore, Maryland.
Well, hello. I'm January Pridgett, Cam Hart's mom.
My name is Zachary Dingle. I'm Cameron's uncle.
Hi, my name is Tamara. I'm Cam's older sister.
My name is Shaz Lee. I'm Cam's first football coach.
Here from Baltimore City.
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, right here.
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
And I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Ava Araya. We're his nieces and we know him really well.
My mom was working a lot just to take care of my sister and I, so it was definitely a lot of time spent outside, a lot of time spent at home. So this is like the graffiti alley. I don't know, I just remember coming here and hanging out a lot, so there'll be a lot of us. We used to ride our bikes pretty deep. Probably like 10 to 20 of us riding bikes. We would like put bikes together. I was always patching my tires myself, so I learned how to do that young. So where this construction is where I was born. I used to live like right in that area right there.
Cam, when I met him at 8 years old, he grew up in one of the most treacherous communities in Baltimore. It has a infamous nickname. I don't know if I should say it.
There's an environment where it's constantly pulling at them to go in a different direction that can make them make some unsavory decisions and ultimately lead them to a institution, you know, or the graveyard. That's serious. But Cam was one of the young people that, you know, he relished with structure and support and guidance.
I was a bad kid, for sure. I was a mischievous kid. I was smart though. I would always ask a lot of questions and be very curious about things.
Being a single parent was hard. He made it very challenging. I had constant calls at work about his behavior, constant meetings, until I introduced him to football.
He rode his bike down to Pennsylvania Avenue. If you know North Avenue and Park Avenue, where that community was, down to Lafayette and Pennsylvania Avenue is a nice little ride on a bicycle for an 8-year-old.
One of the main streets in Baltimore that everybody knows about, people call it the Avenue. It's Pennsylvania Avenue though, but so I played youth football like a little bit up this road. Yeah, I would just hang out all up and through here, probably from when I was born until like 12 years old.
And I knew he was a smart kid when he came up to me to say he wanted to play Little League football. And I said, well, where do you live? When he told me where he lived, I said, does your mom know that you're down here on Pennsylvania Avenue playing, trying to play football? He kind of looked up in the air and hesitated and said, well, I told her I was going outside to play football. I said, well, that's a good answer. But she doesn't know you're down here on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah, so this is where it all started, right here. It's not really a football field, it's a baseball field, but this is kind of like the first field I ever played on. Some of my best memories here. This is the first time I've actually stepped foot on this field since probably the last time I played here.
So that was the first time I met his mom, Miss January, explained to her what was going on, and she explained to me, sir, I don't know what to do with this boy. I'm just trying to get him into something and keep him busy. I said, well, ma'am, I can handle that.
But I remember one time I got in trouble in school, and I ran those hills for like 2 hours, and I thought it was a lot bigger than what it is. But I was like 8 years old, and I ran that for 2 hours. But yeah, this is was the football field we would practice on. There's kind of like a wall put up on this place, and it's like, this is where we were born, this is where we're raised, this is where we're gonna live our lives, and this is it type thing. And I think I was in that mindset until I was able to go to good counsel and actually see other things. The first day, I think that was like the biggest culture shock because so far from home, it's my first time being kind of like a minority in an environment, and I kind of felt like I didn't fit in. I was a sophomore, it was my first year on varsity. I was battling with the senior receiver for the starting position, and I was just like, man, send me back to Baltimore. Like, I can play there easily. So I wanted to transfer, but my uncle was like, no, you're staying there.
Well, all too often kids try to find a soft landing spot, and life isn't about soft landing spots. Life is about perseverance, and you have to keep chopping wood. And if you start quitting now, you're gonna start quitting in life. You're gonna start taking shortcuts. He chose to go to good counsel. When he sat down in the living room and said he wanted to go to counsel, that means you had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That means you had to be committed to that program.
Well, I will say good counsel is like one of the best decisions we as a family ever made. I worked 3 jobs, and on some days I didn't sleep.
My mom would wake up about 5 o'clock, 5:30. She would drive me like 30 minutes to a mall. The bus would pick us up at the mall, and then they'll drive up here. Freshman year, kind of when I didn't really want to be here, I would find reasons to get back to Baltimore as much as possible. Really, junior year, when I started to drive, is when I spent more time out here. My mom would kind of like advocate for me to stay away from Baltimore as much as possible. So I would like stay at a friend's house and just stay out here on the weekend. And then I was obviously getting back to Baltimore pretty late, so I didn't have time to hang outside. Senior year, I don't know if I even went home on the weekends. I think I stayed out here every single weekend my whole senior year. Maybe some days during the week.
We became like really good friends, and he'd be at my house a lot, be at his house a lot, and really want to get to know my family and his family, and my family and his family love Cam, and he's honestly a part of ours.
I just met so many great people through that, through hanging out on the weekends here and seeing a different side of life that I didn't even know was there. So I was like, why would I give up on that opportunity? It felt more like an opportunity to me than just to go have fun. Or
Cam didn't let his environment dictate what he was going to do. And that's the biggest testament to him.
Cam was at practice one day, and me and Coach McFadden was talking, and I said, what is it that he needs to do to make it to the next step? He was like, to be honest, January, he's doing everything he needs to do. If he continue on the path he's on National Signing Day, he's going to be sitting at that table signing those documents. I promise you. You got a good kid. He's one of a kind. I can see it in him. He walk with his head up. He don't let nobody talk down him. He's focused. He's focused on his path because he has a mission and he's going to complete it. And he said, and I believe in him. I just need you to believe in him, Mama.
And that kind of instilled confidence in my mom. My mom was working 2-3 jobs to send me here. She was paying out of pocket, so it was a lot of sacrifice for me to get here. And on top of that, I wasn't really happy, so it was like, do we still want to keep him in this school? But once that offer came, it's like, okay, this is the reason why he came here.
If that means I have to work multiple jobs to make sure they have, then I will.
She was going to support me wherever I wanted to go. It was, my mom probably doesn't know this, but it was really emotional for me because I'm like, damn, like you kind of worked 3-4 jobs in order for me to come to this school, and you'll never have to pay for college again. And if anything, pay for anything for me again, you know what I mean? So it was kind of a big moment for me.
But then he got Notre Dame, and he was like,
it's like it felt right. It seemed like I could see him fitting in. It was a place that I thought he could come there and grow into be a good man.
He said, I felt like home. Like, this is where I belong. I don't need to look nowhere else.
Everyone here has kind of like the same mindset, I feel like. And you don't feel any different being a football player. I feel like we fit into the community really well. And that's probably the thing that stuck with me the most, honestly. I have a lot of friends that didn't play football here. And some of my friends from high school came here.
I think the culture was a perfect fit for him, and Notre Dame couldn't have somebody better to represent their school, so.
Here at Notre Dame, I think it allows you to have an identity outside of football, 1, and then 2, it cultivates you into a different person.
It was just like unbelievable to think that we came from the Avenue Bears on Pennsylvania Avenue, and here it is, he's playing at Notre Dame. It's kind of unbelievable. Any game that he had tickets available and could send me, I would go.
Shot play, downfield, deflected, and intercepted.
That was one of those plays my junior year where I really realized that I could be good at this position, and that instilled a lot of confidence in me.
And he played the leverage and broke on the ball again.
Notre Dame was the place I seen him grow into a man. I see him every time he came home, his confidence grew.
I think my harder days was when I was younger, honestly. 9 years old, 10 years old, my mom was diagnosed with 3 brain aneurysms. Also growing up in this neighborhood, seeing some of the things that I've seen at an early age, things that most people probably would never see in their entire lives, you know what I mean? So it's tougher in retrospect, because in the moment, that's what you're used to. You're seeing it on a daily basis. And I didn't even know I was going through adversity at that time. I knew when my mom was sick and she was in the hospital, that was tough, but like all the other stuff, I didn't really know. So when I do have times of adversity, when I do get hurt at Notre Dame or things not working out in school or I'm not liking my situation, I always think back to that time. It's like, there's probably nothing that I'll deal with that'll be harder than that. So I can figure out a way to get out of the situations.
When we start something, we finish it. Because money don't come easy around these parts, and I'm not gonna rely on everybody to help me.
I kind of put my mom through the ringer. And my mom, I mean, she's doing whatever she possibly can to make me happy and doing whatever she possibly can to keep me in the school and sacrificing things to make sure that I can stay in the school, and I'm very appreciative of that. But back then, I think just kind of like the ignorance and
It wasn't ignorance.
I honestly don't even know if I fully appreciated it back then, but now, in retrospect, I mean, I'm sorry, Mom, that I kind of put you through that, because that was definitely tough, and I remember some of those conversations, and looking back on it, I just wish I kind of understood how hard it is.
And when I got that paid in full receipt, I don't know how I did that, but by the grace of God, I woke up every morning, I was determined, and there was some days it was hard on me, and I'm in a car crying, and Cam was like, "Mom, just take me out." But I look at him and I see the change in him, and I don't want him to just be an inner city kid that get lost.
I've always appreciated my mom, and I always appreciated the things that she did, but I think it's still growing, that appreciation, that gratitude, because I'm about to have my first job, you know what I mean?
Hey, this is Joe Ortiz with the Chargers. How's it going?
Going well. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I got a coach in here. I don't know if you know him, but he's just banging on my head for us to pick you here.
Man, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You think I should listen to him?
I think you should. You won't regret it.
All right. He said we won't regret it.
We won't regret it at all.
We won't regret it. All right. Well, we got 2 minutes on the clock. We're going to turn your name in and make you the 140th pick of this draft, and you're going to be a Los Angeles Charger. All right, brother?
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. I'm going to pass you to Coach Harbaugh, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Congrats.
Appreciate that.
Cam, Jim Harbaugh here. Well,
What's going on, Coach? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Super great right now. And my usual answer is pretty good, but right now I'm feeling super great. We're fired up to have you as a LA Charger. Hey, Chris.
Appreciate that, Coach. Thank you.
Chris O'Leary wants to say hello.
Let's do it.
What's up, baby?
What's up, Felly?
Hey, congrats, man. You ready to work?
I appreciate it. Let's get paid, bro. Let's do it.
No doubt, bro. We believe in you, man, and I know you believe in yourself, so just come here and do what you've always been doing your whole life, bro. Let's work. Congrats, man. Congrats. Enjoy it.
My mom is the most important person in my life. I want to make sure that she knows that she's the most important thing in my life. She's the one that kept me in the sport. She's the one that helped me fall in love with this sport. I want my family and friends to know that I'm happy to be in the situation I am in right now. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Well, we can't wait to get you out here.
Obviously, a lot of people don't get this opportunity. A lot of people don't have the opportunity to look their dreams and aspirations right in its face. Sounds good. We'll do.
All right, we'll see you out here soon.
It's been a long, like 4 months or so, and I'm ready to play football again.
You going to the Chargers?
Let's go!
With the 140th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Cam Hart, defensive back, Notre Dame.
I'm extremely proud of you. The family's proud of you, you know, and then when they call your name, do your best, and that's all we can ask for.
LA Charger, man. Right, dog.
He always
jokes that this is what's expected of him. Like, he played football, he's expected to be great, he's expected to go to a good college. And I'm like, people expect it, but you meet and you exceed those expectations, and we're all so proud of him.
You got it. You worked hard for that. You got on a perfect color. I'm about to buy my jersey right now.
I'm not ashamed of where I'm from. I've embraced where I'm from, and I love what this place has made me. There's a lot of people that come from Baltimore that do great things. I feel like hopefully I'll be one of them. Some of the most important people in my life. Just have an understanding of where I actually come from. And then for my family, it's just like, this is the neighborhood. Literally, this neighborhood, my entire family lived. This is the same neighborhood where my grandma raised, my mom, my sister was raised in this neighborhood, my uncle was brought up in this neighborhood, my grandma, like everyone was raised in this neighborhood. This is my home, so this is the place that I've known my whole life.
This is his first step into the NFL. I mean, now everything that you've done yesterday at Notre Dame, kudos. Now you have to prove yourself all over again. So when you go to minicamp and you find yourself 4th, 5th on the depth chart, I'm gonna give you the same advice. Keep chopping wood. You owe yourself the opportunity to keep competing and keep producing. Now, you made a commitment that you want to do certain things for your mom and yourself. This is your opportunity to do it. So I don't want to hear no sad sob story. I want you to chop wood and show up every day, go to work every day, and punch that clock.